We're in business.
Coming in hot from 87 Brown.
Can we take our time outside? Can you take me there? Can you give me peace of mind? Can you make it fair? I don't wanna waste your time. Eyes turn red. I don't wanna waste your time. And I want it now. And I want it ooh.
The back screen situation, we got Grandma here. He's playing some Smash.
There you go.
Got the Pro Controller.
Is that fair?
Got the world's best dad mug. So yeah, let's get into this interview. You got anything to say, Grandma?
No.
Alrighty.
Get you back, I will.
I get you back, I will. Oh yeah, by the way, I got this brochure I just got from like Wiley's show. It's kind of crumpled up. Shout out to my boy. Yeah, he had like a little merch thing. It's pretty sick. That boy be performing. Shout out my boy Wiley. Yeah, it was a pretty good turnout. Question number 1. What is it like being an indie R&B / neo soul artist in Atlanta?
Do you consider yourself R&B and neo soul?
That was I was about to say. Like, I don't even know if I like really consider myself like that. Even though I know I've definitely gotten that label. I don't know, man. Like,
I respect that 100%. You make the music you want to hear. Day to day, it changes based on your influences, your inspirations, and I think there's a lot of those vibes maybe reflected in your last project, but who knows what's in store for the future?
Absolutely. Funny. Yeah. No, I definitely agree. Like, I know it's one of those things where it's like, you got to categorize something some type of way. Definitely not saying I'm like far from like indie R&B neo soul. It's definitely what I've gotten so far. So that obviously means something. But, sometimes boxes are kind of hard for me because, maybe one day I'll wake up and want to be a rapper. I can't do that if I'm making indie R&B, neo soul. Well, I could, but I don't know. Probably wouldn't be perceived very well. But being the artist that I am in Atlanta, I've been told verbatim, like, me and this guy right here are like the oddballs of Atlanta, whatever that means. But, it just comes down to expressing yourself. It's I feel like Atlanta's a good city to do it because if you make the rap shit, people are gonna be like, yeah, this is a city to do it. If you don't make the rap shit, people are gonna be like, yo, you're different. So it's a win-win situation. I feel like Atlanta's really good for just making music in general, man. And this man just won.
That's game, baby. And I didn't use cheats.
Didn't use cheats. Super Smash Brothers. Okay, question 2. At what point did you realize that music was something you wanted to take on as a career? I actually didn't want to do music until I was like 16 or 17. If you ask kids, like, what did you want to be when you grow up? A lot of kids are like, I want to be a musician, I want to be a rock star, I want to be an actor, I want to be an astronaut. Me, I was more concerned about just like surviving. One reason being like being black in America. It was like, I just want to like be comfortable. I don't want to do anything too risky. If I can like ensure that I can provide for a family, then we're good, bro. Like that's good enough for me. But, I had some realizations, one of the major ones being working at McDonald's, and I was making some pretty decent money at 16, but, I wasn't happy. Definitely one of the more sadder moments of my life. So, that was when I thought to myself, like, whatever you want to do with your life, you should probably do something you enjoy. So I found music down the road. Pretty late, if you ask me. I feel like a lot of people I know really got into music early. I feel like I got into music kind of late, but it's never too late for anything, baby. Never too late in this world. Would you consider most of your friends involved in the music industry? I would say yeah, honestly. Like, in some capacity, yeah. Like, if they're not a musician.
I like to think that work with the least amount of assholes, and it seems to be that musicians seem to be pretty cool, pretty nice, pretty laid back. I mean, everybody has their egos, but everybody also has great spirits as well. So I try and prioritize my musician friends if I can.
Hey, Clarence.
Prioritize is the wrong word. I think you're just you find your tribe sometimes. It's easy to float around and in after the hierarchy of high school or at any institution you're kind of in kind of fades away and you become just a dude floating around.
Dude, the dude floating around, that's been me ever since I finished high school, honestly. That's a good analogy. I mean, yeah, I would say most of my friends are involved in the music industry. I can't really elaborate on that all too much, but I do truly feel like I am like blessed as far as like who I met, because I feel like there's just a lot of bad things being said about the music industry, rightfully so. I've heard and seen some pretty fucked up shit. But as far as things that have happened to me, and the people I know, people I keep close, I think I've been pretty blessed. So in that case, I would say, yeah, most of my friends are in the music industry. So question 4. As someone who has done a lot of moving in their lifetime, do you think that it's hard to leave behind cities that you learn to love, or do you jump for the opportunity to experience something new? I think with that, it's like I kind of when I like jump cities, it's kind of like I now have another home. I got like 40 homes, so it's not really, but I got it's like I have multiple hometowns. It feels like that, and it's like now when I go visit them, if I go visit Savannah, if I go visit San Antonio, it's like I have like childhood friends in like all those cities. So I think it's pretty cool. But I think the thing that does keep me like moving, I just have like this gut fucking feeling. Like it's never like I for sure have something. I just like have a gut feeling of like I gotta be there. And it was like once I finished high school, I was just like, yo, I gotta like go to Atlanta and do music. And people were looking at me fucking crazy because they're like, at that point I hadn't even like been producing or anything. I didn't really do music. I just knew I wanted to do it. And so to make that whole leap to another city to pursue something that I haven't even started, to most people was like, what the fuck are you doing? And I get it. So yeah, now that's kind of, people are understanding. So it's not my job to make people understand. So never do anything for somebody else. You guys, anything?
Yeah, I mean that I think is a very fair assessment. I try and avoid using music as escapism. I think, but I do wonder like what any of us would do with a platform like that. I mean, hopefully put out good and hopefully be thought provoking and to tell stories that help people or whatever it is, but it's only a matter of time. Shout out Brookie Berry for using my song for TikTok.
Shout out Brookie, man. Shout out to all the Brooks out there, man. For real. Yeah, as Grandma said, that's definitely my plan behind music, is to just really put out a lot of good into this world wherever I can. Whatever I would have chose, I would have been the same, like, I guess, result. I just chose music. So if I was an entrepreneur, same goal, just different way to get there. So question 5. Since you self-produce, do you think doing everything yourself is easier than working with a producer? Abso-fucking-lutely. Like, I probably sat there and developed my producer muscle for about 3.5, 4 years before I put out anything, which it will put out anything like serious. Like, I will put out stuff. Advice to some artists out there: if you're developing, just don't not put out anything. If like you're just starting from ground zero, like put out stuff. But I was putting out songs here and there, and that was basically for developing me being a producer. And like, I started as like a producing artist. So what's an example? Who's like a producing artist? Like that's not corny. That's not like Diplo, like Skrillex or anything.
Tyler.
Yeah.
I mean, like he's like the main one, right? Like Tyler.
Yeah, Tyler. Yeah. So
He wasn't, and he hasn't always been that way either. I mean, he's always been making music and making beats and stuff like that, but
right.
he's like really grown into his suit. Perfect.
Yeah. Tyler's the man. He's definitely one of the huge reasons why I do this. I'd say he's in like my top 10 for sure as far as like people who inspire me to do this. But yeah, I definitely got into that mindset really early. And I feel like that just helped me develop. And once I felt like I was a good enough producer, I started working on Please Tame Me. And then, as I'm working on Please Tame Me, I got to develop my like songwriting skills. And I felt like songwriting naturally came easier for me than producing. Producing, I still have a hard time sometimes working on stuff. That was...
I wasn't even paying attention. I was so focused on this interview, and I got 3 stalked maybe.
But yeah, I felt like production. Yes, to answer that question, yes, absolutely. I worked so hard on production for that reason. I knew it would be like that. So now it's like I can make whatever the fuck music I want to make without having to depend on anybody. I suck at depending on people, and I suck at asking people for shit. So, question 6. What has been the most exciting part of your career? Well, honestly, a lot of exciting stuff has happened like these last 2 months that I don't know if I could speak of on camera per se.
Coachella was pretty big.
Coachella. Yeah.
So big on the poster.
Yeah. Fat Shai Nowell on Coachella, Honestly, I think the coolest thing is probably premiering Sunkissed on the Fader. Like, crazy thing about that is like I've almost like spoken this whole thing into like existence, as much as I hate to use that phrase. Like, it's crazy because the person who took my pictures, shout out Tanner Rowan, that's like one of my good friends ever since I moved up here. As we're taking the pictures, I just like something in me told me, I was just like, yo, we're gonna get these fucking pictures on the Fader. He's like, yeah, bro, whatever. Yeah, sure. And the next thing you know, like his pictures are on the Fader. So that was pretty cool. That's the thing, is like that was like the publication that I just wanted to get on. And it happened. So I feel like as far as like me being fulfilled on like a blog placement ever, I don't think I'll get much happier than that. So it was literally my first interview. This is my second interview. So yeah, pretty cool. First project, first interview. The Fader, very, very exciting stuff. So yeah, shout out the Fader. Shout out my boy Will Gendron. Shout out my boy Ben DL. Last question. Do you have any upcoming projects that people should be looking out for? Well, absolutely. I have a project coming out August 23rd. As of now, nobody fucking knows about it, so I guess exclusive. But August 23rd, my next EP, produced by me, performed by me. And it'll be taking a different structure than the last one. I wrote all the songs and then I got people to perform them. But, I'm singing all the songs this time, and it'll always look like that. So, what is it? What's good, man? What's up? To close that out, I'm sorry if I just like blanked out there. There was like a whole bunch of people that just like walked in. But that is it for the Philosophy of Mag interview. It's been fun. Anything you want to say to close this out?
No. It's all you.
It's all me. I guess since I'm closing this out, just remember, do what you want to do. Don't give a fuck what anybody else says what you have to do. Just do you. If you want to make something happen, just make it happen, man. So, yeah. All right. Peace. All right.